Hello everybody, it's FarmSim Guy here, and Happy New Year to you all. We are back on Bulls Gap in Tennessee today, and we are going to have a look at my latest Sim dashboard screen. This is an active run page. This is something a lot of you have asked for. There it is. Basically, it's pulling virtually every single bit of information that Sim Dashboard can take from Farming Simulator 19 at the moment, and it's putting it all on one screen. So what we're going to do, we're going to jump in and we're going to talk through it. And at the end of this vid, I'm going to show you another screen that I've just created as well, and also a few updates that I've done to the screens that are already in the Sim Dashboard store. So between them, there's a lot of updates, a lot of interesting things in this video, so make sure you watch to the end to get all the information that you need. Okay, without further ado, let's jump into it. Now, there is a couple of things I would like to cover off just before we dive in and have a look at the screens. One is, no, this is not available on iOS. I have had this question many times. It is an Android app only, and the reason for that is not the fault of the developer. The developer is not being lazy. It is a limitation of Apple's infrastructure, their hardware and their software. They do not want iPads being able to talk to other computers on a local network. So that is why it will not be available for iOS. It is not the fault of the developer. Please do not badmouth the developer in my comments. Secondly, I am not the app developer. I am only the designer of the screens. So again, he has got some excellent installation guides and help section on his website. Go check out the Sim Dashboard website. All the information you need is there to get it to work. Now, I've had a whole heap of fun designing these screens. I really enjoy them, and yes, I know I've had requests for case screens and different screens. I will absolutely look at those in the future. I think once I'd started with the John Deere ones, I'd have wanted to get those out of the way and designed, and I think we're in a good place with those now. There's possibly one or two more to come, but I think we're pretty much complete with the John Deere ones for now. So we will look at case ones, we will look at potentially Fendt ones in the future. So keep an eye open for those. But for now, let's jump in and I'll show you the two new screens. So to demo this, I thought I'd pick a nice tractor for us. We've got the Custom Modding 9R here with dual floaters on, which I've added myself in the XML, which make it look pretty cool. So let's jump in here and I'll start to talk you through some of the things on the page. Okay, we are in the tractor now. In the bottom corner here, as with a few of the other screens now, you've got your start-stop. As soon as you turn the engine on, you'll see there that the revs have kicked in. We have water temperature as well, and we've got a fuel gauge telling us how much fuel we've got in now. This is empty on purpose because I want to refill it. Also here now we have our speed, and I'll drive away now. There we go, speed and revs again repeated underneath it. We've got a heading here. Tells us which direction we're heading in, the degrees we've got as well, so we can go around with that. Here we can pull up the mini map, sorry. 2 taps for small and large and off. Courseplay can be pulled up from here. We can select a tool. If we had another tool selected, we could switch between whatever we're towing and the tractor. The F1 help menu, as always. Now, if you've got enhanced vehicle on, you can now play around with your diff settings. So if I click that, you'll see in the very bottom right hand corner there, just off to the right of my finger, you can see the colour changing on the diffs. So there's 2-wheel drive and there's the rear diff. So enhanced vehicle mod is one of the mods that you would need to install if you wanted to use this. We've got the weather here, we've got our fuel use and our def use as before. Here we've got a gauge showing us how much wear the tractor's had and when it needs to be repaired, how many operating hours are on the tractor. Cruise control works as it did with the other screens, so plus and minus, start, and you can adjust it and slow it down as you see fit and turn it off. The buttons along the bottom are the same as they were on the other screens, so again, if you've got a trailer attached, cover on or off, pipe out, an extra tool function which is the Z key, operating side if you've got a forage wagon on or a feeding wagon, unload, force unload, raise and lower your implement if you're using a plough or something like that, and you can turn the tool on and off if you're using a seeder. And then down here we've got all our light functions, so Let me spin around to the front so you can see it. Headlights, front work lights, rear work lights. Emergency flashes, and your beacons there as well. So, lots and lots of functionality in the screen. Now the other thing I've done, which is quite cool, and it's a lot of information that I didn't know was there to start with, is when you drive onto a field now, if you look at this information here, it tells you who owns it, tells you the fertilization level, if the weeds on it, if it needs ploughing or liming, and also the growth state. Now that is a field that has nothing on it at the moment, but what I'll do, if I pull to the side here, jump into easy dev mods, that is field 17. Let's put wheat with a growth state of 2 on. Let's set the weed state to 1 and the fertilizer state to 50%, and go. Now if I drive back onto the field, I'll look at the data. I actually might go full screen here so you can see it. I'm going to stop there. If you go full screen, you can see all of the information down here telling you what's happening in that field, as well as the tractor detail there. So, interesting. Now I'm just pulling up to the Thunderer here to refuel this tractor, because I want to show you in real time just how responsive this is. So there we are, we're at the tank. If I open this, it should give me the refill tractor option. It does. So I start to hit refill, and look at the speed. It's real time, so we can see the fuel level going up there, up to 30%. There is no lag with Sim Dashboard at all. It's absolutely fantastic from that perspective. Now you might be wondering why there's no field data showing up here, and I can show you why. Because we're actually sitting in just an area that isn't classed as a field here. But if we were in a field, it would show the data for that field. In fact, we'll head to another field now. We'll head down to field 15, and I'll show you what it looks like in a field that you don't own. So there we go. We've just teleported ourselves to field 15 for ease. There's a crop of corn in here, and as you can see, owner is Florian Koenig, and all the information's there. No plough data there, so we must have ploughed it. But super interesting and helpful information, I think, especially if you're planting. So there we go. That is the new active run screen for Sim Dashboard. Like I said, it will be in the Sim Dashboard community store in the next 24 hours, I would hope. And go download it. Go have some fun with it. It's probably the one with the most information all in one place. So if you only download that one, it should cover a lot of what you need. Okay, so now I've showed you that one, I am going to give you a demonstration of the next new screen that I've pulled together. Now this is an adaptation of the GPS screen, so a lot of this information that's on this screen you will have seen and used before. But I thought with the new seeder and air cart coming out from custom modding, I would build a screen that was a little bit more representative of the things that you'd need for a seeder. So let's quickly jump in and have a look at that. So here's our seeder and air cart page. As you can see now, it's very similar to the GPS page. In fact, it's almost identical in terms of what it does, but what we have got here is this new section which allows you to control the seeder and the air cart a little bit more. So what I can do here is jump in here. We'll zoom out because it's quite a long way out. The options here are again, the option to fold and unfold the seeder. I'll fold it up for now. Turn the seeder on and off. Fold and unfold the tank. And that unfolds the pipe, and it allows you to switch between tanks as well for loading, and I'll show you loading in a minute. And one more tap will close that. Something else I've added here is the precision farming tab, so you can now, if you want to, switch on precision farming and it will do your automated delivery rate for your fertilizer. Of course, the ability to select your seed You can see it's changing there in the mini menu. Let's turn that off. Select tool as well, allows you to scroll through the different tools. Always handy to have. I've left a variable sprayer rate included there, if you want to use a screen without a sprayer. Everything else is the same. Again, the info in the top corner here, telling you how much you've got left in your tank in terms of seed. We're going to be boring here and do soybeans. But what I'll do now is I will set this up. I will load this up using this Meridian C cart, which is awesome. So there we go. Pipe out for seed, which is the first one. And this is one of the challenges with an air cart. It will all concertina up if you don't line it up properly. So what I like about this is that we should be able to fill this up with no issues. Jump back in the tractor. We've already selected it using our tool. We'll open the tank. Now, I don't know which tank is the first one, but it does give us a chance now to line our auger up with the seed trailer. He says hopefully. Almost. I'll reverse up and see if I can get this. There we go. Seed running. Just didn't quite hit the hit point. That's filling us up with seed now, as you can see. It's filling up on our screen here. And so we can jump out, leave that running. So that's full already. What I need to do now is switch the operation to the second tank. Pull forward a little bit more. We're lined up. What we need to do now is switch it over to fertilizer in the tank, which is the O button. And we've just missed it again. This is the joy with these air carts. You've got to be pretty accurate with them. But if I reverse up ever so slightly, that should work. There we go, we're too far back. So we're loading up now. Fertilizer going in as well. We are good to go. And we will just set ourselves up to do a very quick demo of GPS again. If you've missed any of my previous videos, this is for you guys. So what we'll do, we'll unfold our seeder. We've selected the seed we want, and we know we've got a full tank of seed because our bar at the top is full. And now what we're going to do, we will turn our GPS on. Wait for it to unfold fully. Turn our GPS on. And we know that's happened because we can see our little satellite in the right hand side here, just off the screen to the right, has turned to green. We want to set our AB line. Now usually we do this against the edge of a field. I'm just going to set it anywhere in the middle of the field. Set our A line. We will just pull forward now. They recommend about a minimum of 15 meters or 15 feet. Set your B line. So there we go. Now obviously the width of the track is wrong, so we want to do set track here, which will set it to the width of the vehicle. Just so I'll show you how it works, you can offset your track. So if I hold this button down here, you can see that moving off now to the right. Now in the past, and this is an upgrade which works on all of the screens, so the GPS screen as well and the combine screen, you would have to press that to move it back into place. What you need to do now is just press center and one of the left or right buttons, and it will center it again for you. So we're done there. Variable sprayer rate increase and decrease, just to show you that, if I pull up the mini menu, will allow you to change the rate of your sprayer application rate. And you can see that, you might just be able to see that changing at the bottom of the mini menu there. Now I just thought I would move around the field just to show you how the lines work with GPS. So they jump from place to place, keeping you always perfect rows within your field. So what we'll do now, we'll line up ourselves here. Like I said, you would usually do this against the edge of a field or something like that. But what we'll do now, we'll turn on our guidance steering, and you can see that the line in the middle has turned to green. We would power up our implement. We would lower our implement. There it goes into the ground. Now, the cruise control is currently set to 26 miles an hour, but obviously it will only run to the speed of the implement you're using, so it should run at I think about 9 miles an hour here. Oh, going higher, 12. But there we are, we're planting in the field. Semi-automated, I'm not touching anything at the moment. I'm not steering, I'm not touching the accelerator, it's all being done as you would in GPS in real life. So there we go, we are running the new John Deere air cart and seeder from custom modding on a custom modding 9RX as well. And we demoed the active run screen in the 9R as well. So thanks to custom modding for sponsoring this episode unofficially. But there we go, folks. I hope you like that. Of course, in addition to these two new screens, we've got the guidance run page for GPS, which we already had in place. This has had a few updates to it. One is the precision farming button there, and the shift track that I showed you just before is now included in this page. Our combine page is, again, as was, the shift track has been adapted, and we have an engine start-stop on there now. We have the 8R version of the tractor screen, and also an 8RX version for those of you who prefer the tracked version. So there we go, we have now 6 screens in total on the Sim Dashboard site. Go download them. I don't know about you guys, I'm biased because I pulled them together, but they've really enhanced my gameplay, and I really enjoy the immersion of them. Like I said, the 2 new screens will be available on Sim Dashboard hopefully in the next 24 hours or so. They've been submitted for approval already, and you guys can go download them and play with them. I will put links to everything in the description below. So from me, the FarmSim guy, thank you very, very much for watching. I hope you like the screens, and Happy New Year, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye for now.